Hello everybody, I thought I'd make a quick video about what I take with me to the track in regards with the tools. Most of them, like 99%, I've never actually used on the track. It does not mean that there might not be another driver or your buddy who might need some tools and you might just have them, so it doesn't hurt to bring them along if you can. So I'll go through with them on what I'm taking. Some I might have a few comments about, and maybe it helps somebody to realize some reasons for the tools I think you might need with you on the track. I'm not a competitive driver. I haven't done any competitions yet. I haven't really had any too serious issues on track, so I don't really know what tools are needed exactly. This is my idea of it. As an amateur, as just a beginner starter, I'm assuming if you don't have some of these, it does not mean that you need to go and buy them. So, but yeah, let's go through what I have and why I have it. Of course, first thing I have is a big toolbox. It doesn't have any compartments or anything, just a big box of things. I'll start just putting in some tools. First thing, it's not a tool, but definitely take with you on the track. Some working gloves. You don't want to have to work on a car without gloves and then have to do another session on track and put on your driving gloves on dirty hands. I first put in tools and things that I think are less likely I will need, so that they stay at the bottom of the box. First is just a set of fuses, nothing too special about them. Different size fuses just go into the box. Another one is I have this small box with rivets that I can use on track in case some body panels or something need to be put back on the car. I believe most tracks won't allow you to use like regular wooden screws or something to screw you in. They can be ripped out, they can get in other driver's tires or even your own, and yeah, that's not a good day for anybody. Forgot to put this with the rest of the tools, and of course with rivets comes rivet gun. Just put also that in at the bottom of the box. So also at the bottom of the box, my car has coilovers, so they do not take any much space in the box, so take some coilover wrenches. I also have just some regular wire. It just so happens to also have a switch on it. Probably won't need that, but could also be helpful. With that also comes some tape for wire and also duct tape. My car is black, so it's black duct tape. Next up are some drills. I don't know why they do not take a lot of space. Just some cheap set of few drills to drill in your panels, put in rivets, so on. Might be useful. This is a set of like Phillips heads and so on screws, so it may be faster to screw something on and off. As I'm taking drill bits, I will definitely be taking drill itself, so I might as well take these bits, so in case I need something like that. We also have some oil. This is engine oil. Also goes into the box. Also, yeah, the brake oil, brake fluid also goes into the box in case you get some air, maybe you need to redo something with your hydraulic handbrake and so on. You need to bleed the brakes. Might need brake fluid. It's a ratchet strap. I don't know, maybe if car gets damaged or so on, then you put it on trailer, you need to tie down some body parts or quick or something, I don't know. I just put that in, might be useful. Of course, remember with any electric tools, usually there is no issue with battery lasting whole day, so might not need two batteries, but at least make sure that it is actually charged. If you want to be extra safe, might want to take two batteries. I'm just gonna also take with me, this is definitely one of the least necessities, but can resolve a lot of frustration, especially if you're working on an engine. Some bolt drops in, just take a magnet with you to pick up any bolts that you can't reach and so on. It doesn't take a lot of room, so yeah, just put it on the side there. Then I have some, what I call hex wrenches, probably, I don't know. Just a regular, normal, nothing special set of different kinds of hex wrenches. As my normal socket set, and most of socket sets do not have Torx sockets. Then I'm also taking a set of those with me. Some screwdrivers that goes in. I have normal flathead screwdriver. This is long, quite long one, relatively small one in case needed. I also have bigger screwdriver. It has one key difference. It's my screwdriver that I use to put on springs, especially in like stock handbrake. I'll quickly show you. It has like a hole cut in them, so you can grab by the spring and then push it on easier. Don't need to use pliers and so on. So I'm using this. Some pliers might be needed. Also some knife. Same as most of the stuff, doesn't take a lot of room. Could turn out to be useful. Goes in. Just the zip ties. Those are definitely can be useful. As zip ties, as we all know, just about for everything. What I do with zip ties is I just take another zip tie and put it around all of them. So in case I take a lot of them out, I can just tighten this down and they don't go around everywhere. So just a bundle of zip ties. Then I have this big adjustable wrench, one of the bigger tools I have with me. If there is like a tie rod or something, some bigger nut that you don't have socket for or whatever, could be useful. Another tool I take with me is my crowbar. It is quite a big one, and this is actually a tool that I've used a few times on track. Can be useful to reach in stuff and push out body panels. So I had one case where another driver went in too close. He kind of spun out, and I pushed a little bit too hard against his front bumper and pushed in my front wing, and it was rubbing against the tire. So this helped really quickly, really greatly to get behind the wing and push it out so you can continue driving. What else? Next we are going to take a big hammer. Well, it's a hammer, all right, so don't need explanation. Just always take hammer with you. Okay, next I'm going to put in just a set of wrenches. Then I have impact gun black sockets. That's a 19mm and 17mm. I have wheel lug nuts, nut bolts on the rear, so they use 19mm, and the front tires have normal wheel bolts and they use 17mm bolts. So they are essentially mostly used for wheels. Breaker bar. So yeah, bigger breaker bar. I've literally jumped with my whole weight on this to get some bolts loose, and it has holding up really great. This is Wurth breaker bar, and it has been amazing for me. So definitely going to take this one. For now, last item in the box is my impact gun. It lasts quite long. I never had any cases where actually my battery runs out on track. Okay, that concludes my toolbox. Of course, I have some room left, so maybe some smaller things you can anyway take with you. Let's just close this up. Next, I'm going to also take some distilled water, as that's what my car runs for coolant. So the next item is my socket set. What I noticed my previous socket set, it was like a really cheap set. It didn't lock in the sockets and the wrenches and extensioners and so on tightly. So when you throw it in the car, it gets messed around everywhere. The sockets are literally thrown around in it when you open it up. In this socket set, they are all really tightly pressed in. They are closed in nicely. All the sockets and everything takes some force to get out. When you open it, it will not be thrown out everywhere, especially these smaller ones. They usually get thrown around everywhere, but in this set they are quite tightly pressed in and do not come off that easily on their own. This is not going into the big toolbox because of course it holds itself separately. And last but not least, of course, you want your car jack. Everybody to their own preference about car jacks. My car is lowered, So in my case, I needed to buy a low profile jack in case I want to raise by side skirts, but I also wanted to raise really high so that when I raise it from the rear of the car, from the rear bumper, it raises high enough to actually release wheels from the ground. This is pretty much how my set of tools look. Also, take some foldable chair with you. And of course, if you think that there are any other tools that I did not put in and you think are essential or might be needed on track, please let me know in the comments. As I stated at the beginning, I'm an amateur beginner on the track. I've only been on some track days and training sessions like 2 years ago, so definitely not an expert in this, learning together with everybody. So yeah, please let me know if you think something else might be needed here. Okay, that is it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you liked it, if you found it useful. If you didn't, then don't do that. Try watching other my videos where I work on my car. That's pretty much it. Thank you. Just always take hammer with you.